So Claude 4.8 just come out, and they say basically that its main focus was to make sure that the model would not agree with you as much, because we've seen in many of these high-end models that they're very capable, but if you ask it some questions and you're not sure about it, you say you think it's this, you think it's that, it'll usually just agree with you. So that's one of the things that Claude 4.8 has come out and fixed. I just want to showcase one of the things that I kind of tested it out with. So I just had a random idea. Basically, I had here a whole bunch of tabs, and my computer started running a little slow, a little too hot. But I don't know if you guys have the same issue, but I'm kind of a clutter bug. I like to have a lot of things open at once. Um, and I don't really know exactly right now what I would want to delete. I like to do that later, every once in a while. But sometimes you just want to say screw it and just do restart your computer. But I know that Google Chrome sometimes enables you to restore all your tabs afterwards. But I don't know if you guys have had this. Sometimes it doesn't save it, and sometimes you're kind of fetching for the idea that you had a while ago and looking through the history and trying to save it. So what I gave Claude 4.8 to do is to give me a Chrome extension that will be a tab summarizer or a tab vault for me. I know probably things like this exist, but I wanted to just test this model and see how good it is. And it basically one-shot it. It basically took the idea, I described it, I dictated my entire idea, and it built it. I made it build a plan first, but then it built the entire thing from scratch. This I am using Cursor, but this built the entire thing from scratch. Um, this entire directory right here, and built a whole functioning tab. Yes, there's some quirks that I will need, but so just to show you guys this working Chrome extension. So here's the Chrome extension. All I had to do was load unpacked, and then I got it from my project. It built out the icon, it built out the summary, pretty much everything. So here you can see the details of it. So we're going to enable this and go back to where we were working. And I'm going now to bring this up, a tab vault. And this is the last save. I basically said, I want to save everything. And this is now inside my vault. So I also developed a way for you to have a pattern of what you usually open at this time, and also to read, based on your history, what you open up while you're in certain tabs. So if you open up Facebook, it could recommend to you just to open Instagram as well, and you kind of don't have to have that bookmark, be open all the time. And if you are working with an AI provider, and you usually work with several AI providers, then you'll be able to, in one click, open all that up. So I made it just, this is going to be like the little view, and then I also made, that'll make me a whole panel that you could see the different groups of tabs. So in this snapshot here, had an auto snapshot. This actually runs on a job that automatically, every 5-10 minutes will actually log all the things that I'm working on, and you could save it as a group. And also, if I exited out everything, it could then restore all of these links that I had just as a tab. And I also built in some deduplication in order to make it so that if I have several of my email tabs, several of my Google or whatever tabs, that it won't open up those duplicate tabs. So if you wanted to restart your computer to kind of free up CPU space, you won't get bogged down by opening up duplicate tabs. So you can see here it actually grouped it, and this is actually based on a model that Opus chose on its own to actually be able to categorize each and every tab into these categories. So social media, AI tools, communication, and this is super useful for times that I want to be in a certain mode, um, and I have these apps that I always open, and I just want to open a whole group of apps, and then be able to save them and bring them back later easily. So this will be super helpful for me. I also built in a search. You'll be able to just open up based on what you were doing before. So you can search it with natural language, your history of the week, and you could have your settings. And it built this here. You could have when it always saves the snapshot of what you're working on. So it built all of this in one shot. Pretty crazy where we're at in 2026. Um, but yeah, thank you for watching. If any of you guys are interested in any consulting work, I run an AI agency where we are basically trying to automate businesses, their intake systems, their internal operations, in order to save you time and maximize your profits on a weekly basis. So, thank you for watching.